How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video. And you might be wondering, where am I, what's going on? I'm in Gold Coast for the next 10 days, so there'll be a vlog coming up later on after I finish the trip. But in this video, I'm going to be doing a tier maker on ranking my favorite or the best grand finals in the last 20 years. So yeah, I'll be doing that right now. Yeah, apologies for the background. There's not much I can do about it, but yeah, hopefully you still enjoy the video, and it's better than having no videos out. So alright, we haven't done a tier maker in ages, but my tier makers of all the videos, they have probably done the best, or one of the best out of them all. So yeah, alright, we'll start off with alright, a few of the older ones might be a little hard since I wasn't even born for them, but what's this? We got the North Melbourne 1999. I think they won by comfortably, like maybe 40, so I might put them in C because I don't see like anything notable happened in that final. Hawthorn back, I think that's 2015, the West Coast one, and I'd say that's probably a C or a D. Underwhelming. They did get the 3-piece, so that might rank up a bit higher, but I'll put it in C. So yeah, we thought it was going to be a close match, but it was like a 50-point drumming, so nothing really good about that one. Another pretty boring match. Well, I mean, I didn't really watch it personally. I know you probably can hate on me for not knowing some of these grand finals, but 2000, Essendon smashed Melbourne. Might rank it up maybe because of how good their season was, but as I don't really know too much about the grand final, so it's hard to rank. Well, Collingwood 2010. Obviously, since it's not the draw, I'm going to probably rank it D. I went to the match as a St Kilda supporter, and it was absolutely shocking. We had pretty crap seats, and yeah, we left like a few minutes early because we didn't want to be involved in all the Collingwood crap. Yeah, we just played terribly from the get-go, so that's why I'm going to put it in D. Alright, I'm trying to look at, I don't know which one's which for the Brisbane, so let's just go to Sydney. 2012, I might put it either B or A. I'll put it in A for now. It was a good, the Nick Malchesky goal, close all match against Hawthorn. Reason why it's on S is because it wasn't as memorable as like a lot of the other grand finals, other grand finals that I'll mention later on. So yeah, but yeah, good grand final there. What's this one? Geelong versus St Kilda. Oh, that was in 2009. See, do I rank it down because I'm a Saints fan, or will I be neutral? Because it's kind of unfair if you guys are watching it as neutral. I'll put it as an A. It was a good grand final. Let's face it, it was close all game. We should have won it. Chapman kicked that goal. Then the margin went out to 12 points at the very end. But yeah, I'm not sure about the 2009. I reckon it's harsh to put it in B because it was a good grand final to watch, but we didn't win it. But I'll put it in A's. I think the 2012 one's better though. 2017 Richmond grand final against Adelaide. Yeah, I mean, it was good seeing them win their first grand final. I'll give it, first in a while, I'll give them that, but it was, as I said before, pretty underwhelming grand final, boring in that. So for now, I'll put it in C's. Put it in C's for now, but I might switch it up a bit because there aren't too many that I have in B's. Port Adelaide versus Brisbane was another smashing, but maybe because of being Port Adelaide's first ever AFL premiership, obviously not SANFL, I'll put it in the B category because there were memorable moments like that. Alistair Lynch and I think whoever the other guy was it Wanganeen? I don't know, but there was a fight and that was kind of memorable, and I think a couple other memorable things happened in that game. Mark Williams and all that, so I'll put that in B. Obviously, Port fans will know more than I do because I was one at the time. So let's go to Geelong 2011. And I'll put it in B as well because it was actually close for 3 quarters and a bit against Collingwood. And then they just ran over the top of them. So, not much to say about it. Not really memorable. No one really remembers it. It was the 3rd premiership in 5 years for Geelong. But yeah, nothing memorable. Sydney versus West Coast, the classic grand final. I'll put an S category. Unsurprising to most. Yes, I don't think I watched it live, or was 2, but I watched many replays of the Leo Barry mark, the awesome finish, thrilling finish basically. it was the first of first of 2 grand finals between them. So yeah, definitely a great grand final. Would have been awesome to see live, especially with the countdown clock that didn't show. The Channel 10 one would have made a lot more pressure watching it, especially on TV and at the game. So yeah, definitely an S tier grand final of the recent bunch. But we got 2006. That's the sequel. Well, should I have 2 S's? Because I don't know. I reckon this is an A. It's a lot of people say this one was better, but in terms of moments, I reckon A or the 2005 topped it than A. Than 2006. So I reckon it is definitely top 3 probably of the decade or the last 20 years. But I don't think it's S tier in the Sydney Grand Final, which they won. All right, let's go to another Hawthorn. This one's the 2013 one, I think, against Freo. B category. It was a boring game, but Freo were in it. It was definitely a boring game. Bad conditions. Freo were in it for a bit of it, but you could always tell that they weren't really going to win it. They didn't really show up on the day because it was their first grand final. Similar to GWS, which, to be honest with you, isn't on the list, but I would probably put it in D category. As a non-Richmond fan, it was pretty boring. 2016, oh god. Do I put in B's? Probably A's, honestly. The 2016 Bulldogs Premiership was probably an A grand final, because like the Sydney one in 2012, it was close for most of the game. And Bulldogs' first premiership in 60 years, winning 4 finals in a row, coming from 7th spot. You've got to put it up there in the A category. And let's face it, everyone probably except Sydney, or maybe, I don't know, GWS would wanted Bulldogs to win the grand final. So yeah, definitely top tier of the lot. This one, I think it's 2000. Well, honestly, I can't see it from here. I think 2003, but then this one could be 2002. Alright, I haven't done the Brisbane 3-peat, and to be fair, I don't know where to put them. I know 2002 was where Ackermanis kicked the goal, so I'll give it A. Sorry, for the Brisbane ones, I can't really rank him as high as I wanted to. 3-peat, since it was a 3-peat, I guess I'll put it in the Bs. I think this game, they beat 2003, they beat, was it Collingwood? Yeah, they beat Collingwood again by a massive margin, but because it was a 3-peat, I might put it lower end of Bs. Said before, don't really know too much. And then Brisbane versus Essendon, might put in Cs. It was their first grand final, wasn't too much of it. It was like a pretty comfortable win, so I don't think anything memorable happened really in that game. But yeah, if something like that sticks out in that grand final was memorable to you, leave down in the comments below, because I don't really know a lot in terms of grand finals up until maybe 2007. I know I started watching it in maybe 2007 or 2008, and then every year since I've been watching them. This one's a 3-peat, is it? No, wait. The West Coast one was a 3-peat. I'll put it topper end, because even though they did win a 3-peat, the grand final itself obviously wasn't good. And then the Sydney one might be a D. I mean, it was just boring to watch. They were in front, I think, they might have been, first quarter, weren't they in front by 4 goals? The game was almost over at quarter time. Similar to the Richmond GWS game, but definitely going to have them probably D, maybe C, but I'll go D. So I've got 3 more to go. Probably waking people up since this is a closed space in the hotel. Go for 2007, Geelong Cats Grand Final, the first of the 3. And they beat Port Adelaide by 117 points, so D. I mean, probably would have been good to see Geelong do well, obviously as a Cats fan, but no thrill in the grand final, so I have to put it D. Can't really put it S or A. One of the recent ones, the West Coast 2018 grand final, probably an A. I can't put 2 S's, so I've got to put it in A, but probably the 2nd or 3rd best grand final. She kicked the goal from the boundary. Thrilling finish, definitely. One of the better grand finals in recent memory, especially since I got to watch it, and we haven't had a close one since maybe 2006. And then the last one is the 2008 Grand Final, which I'll put in the maybe A's, honestly. I'll put it top of the B's because it wasn't amazing, but it was on underdogs Hawthorn beating the Cats, close for most of the game. Stewie Dew had his moments, and yeah, I reckon that deserves B. Maybe A. Do I want to do some shuffling? Maybe the North Grand Final shouldn't be a C, maybe a B. I'll swap maybe the Brisbane around with the North. But I think most of them have their spot. Maybe Essendon a bit lower because of how much of a smashing it was. But yeah, that's the tier ranking. It's all completed. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Let me know what you thought of it. The tier maker or the tier thing will be down in the description below, so if you want to check it out, definitely check it out. Leave a comment if you enjoyed and what you thought of it. If you want to see more, leave a like, and also comment down below what videos you'd like to see me do in Gold Coast, because I might do one of your suggestions. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon in my next video, and cheers.